Sorry, my video cut out. So what I've done here with midpoint is that I have set the two equal to each other because both of these segments are equal or congruent. So I'm going to go back to the problem and say, okay, assume B is the midpoint of AC. Find the length of A to B. So I found X, but I've not found how long A to B is. So all I'm going to do is take this and plug it back in. So A to B is going to be 3x plus 4. Well, now I know that X is actually 5. So the length of A to B is actually 3 times 5 plus 4. So I then think in my head, well, what's 3 times 5? It's 15. Again, I just need to add 4 to it. So I'm going to get 19. When I look at the problem below, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to draw my picture. B is the midpoint of A to C. So A to C, and B is in the exact middle. Now I'm going to draw my tick marks because I know it's in the exact middle. So it says find A to C if A to B is X plus 5, and B to C is 3X minus 31. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm looking, notice it wants me to find how long the whole line segment is eventually, but I don't need that yet. I can solve for X first. I can say, well, because this is a midpoint, this X plus 5 equals this. AB will equal this B to C.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do is this becomes X plus 5 is equal to 3X minus 31. And I do my algebra. I'm going to maybe subtract my X this time. And I can go across and say, well, then this gives me 5. This gives me 2X minus 31. And then I can add 31 to this side. So I'm getting the variable all on its own. This gives me 2X is equal to, well, what's 5 plus 31? You got it, 36. I then divide by 2. And X gives me 13. So once I do this, I'm almost done. All I need to do is figure out how long A to C is. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart here. This is 18. I don't know what I'm thinking. 36 divided by 2 is 18. I apologize. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this number 18 and I'm going to plug it back in for X. So I'm going to go and say, well, I know this part is 3X minus 31, and then this part, A to B, is going to be 18 plus 5. So I know that if I said A to B plus B to C, this will equal the whole line A to C, because part plus a part equals a whole. Well, I know that this is X plus 5, and then this is going to be 3X minus 31, and this will equal A to C. So I'm going to take my X and plug it in. This becomes 18 plus 5 plus 3 times 18 minus 31 equals AC. I can now plug this whole mess into my calculator, and I will. So I'm going to think, well, what's 18 plus 5? This gives me 23. And then what is 3 times 18? 54 minus 31. This will give me 23. So now I know that 23 plus 23 is 46, and my answer is 46. Another way you can do this is say, well, this is 18, so I'm going to take this 18 and plug it in here. Well, what's 18 plus 5? I already know it's 23. Because these are the same length, this has to be 23. And then I can just say 23 plus 23 is equal to A to C. Either way you do it, you will get 46. So hopefully you're feeling confident with segment addition and midpoint. And I have 2 assignments for you to work on in the meantime. So once you finish these notes and you've written them down, go ahead and ask for your practice.